हरे कृष्णा प्रभु जी, दंडवत प्रणाम। जय श्री
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु, धन्यवाद। all श्रोता। हरे कृष्ण।
हरे कृष्णा प्रभु जी।
भावेश जी, हरे कृष्णा।
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी।
हरे कृष्ण माँ।
Prabhu ji, I wanted to talk to you, and I heard that you were trying to contact me.
I don't know your number, you know. What happened? No problem. We'll talk after the class, right?
Prabhu ji, I just have a minute that I am about to leave somewhere. I was not able to attend even today, but I just wanted to talk to you for a minute, so I came.
Okay, you have my number?
No, I don't have it.
Okay, you know what?
I will send Prabhuji.
So you know what is that? He will send you. Okay.
Okay, Prabhu ji, I'll talk to you on phone then.
Hare Krishna, Dhanavad.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu ji.
So hope everyone is doing well. I see Ramakrishna and Sagar, every day. They are doing well, Sagar Prabhu. And I saw Ramakrishna Prabhu before. Rahul Prabhu, you are doing well.
Yeah, Prabhu.
Thank you very much. And Padmavati Jama, you're doing well. And
Yes, Prabhu ji. Yeah.
last week, how many? I think my husband Nityananda was tested with positive. I don't know they'll be able to. They're
Let me
tested
check.
positive. I will start. Jnanatimirandasya jnananjan shalakaya चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारणे निर्विशेषशून्यवादी पश्चात्पदेशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवसदि गौर। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। मुकुंद करत वाचालं पंगुं लंघायते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरोन्नतारण परमानंद माधव श्री चैतन्य। So last week we did up to the screen, 3 modes. Anyone has any questions on 3 modes? Rahul Prabhu, Padma Mataji,
No, Guruji.
No, Prabhu ji.
Okay, great. So I mean, if you have some more doubts, probably it'll be clear. So basically, to remember them. We have 3 personalities: Vibhishana, Ravana, and Kumbhakarna. So, I mean, 1 minute. Prabhuji, we have started, and if you want to join, you can join. Okay. Oh, really? I know. That's why I just got doubt. No problem. That's fine. I'll call you after the call. Okay. Hare Krishna. I'll call you. So, Vibhishana, Ravana, Kumbhakarna. A person in mode of goodness is Vibhishan, and Ravan is in the mode of passion, and Kumbhakarna in mode of ignorance. Vibhishana is very sastric. Sastric means Shastric means he would do everything. He would do everything based on what Shastra says. Very spiritual. They all did tapasya, and Brahma came and asked, "What do you want?" Vibhishan said, "Please." He wanted. Let me remember the Supreme Lord. Need anything? Let me remember the Supreme Lord all the time. You know, Supreme Lord. That's fine. So, I mean, he always worshipped. Hello? Can you hear?
Yeah, Prabhuji, I can hear now. There was some disturbance before.
Right. No problem. So, Ravan, a performer, really performer, talented. He would worship Lord Shiva. Every day he would take a bath in 5 oceans. But very egoistic. Right. Passionate. Compared to Ravan, actually, Vibhishan is not that type of such a great performer. But Vibhishan is a very, very wonderful gentleman. He's also a performer, no doubt. So Vibhishan is in mode of goodness. So when Hanuman came and he was destroying Lanka, destroying Ashoka Vatika. Finally, Indrajit went and captured Hanuman. Then Ravana ordered the soldiers, kill him. Vibhishan should hold on. This gent is telling he's a messenger. Messenger should not be killed. That will be more damage. That will cause more damage. And that will cause more damage. Find out where he came. If he's a messenger, whose messenger? Why he came? Then Hanuman said, like you have taken Sita, you have abducted Sita, that is not good. Then Ravana is angry. Kill him. Ravana Vibhishan said, no. If messenger has done any harm to you, you can, based on scriptures, you can amputate his legs, you can humiliate him, but you cannot kill him. Okay, all right, burn his tail. That is fine. So always, Ravana, Vibhishan, in a person in mode of goodness, is close to reality. A person is in mode of goodness, is close to reality. So one day Vibhishan told Ravana, Ravana, look, why do you need somebody's wife? You have so many wives. I know they are also very beautiful. And why do you need somebody? She's married. Abducting some lady, a married lady is dangerous. Hello?
A few minutes we couldn't hear you, Prabhuji.
Amma, I think internet is the problem. Can you hear
So
now?
now it's good.
Okay. I think 2 times internet is bad. Let me see. Hold on. Just give me 1 minute. So, why do you need somebody's wife? That is very bad. And it is very dangerous for your future life. This is not about 1 day happiness or 2 day happiness. What about future? And Ravana was not listening. Finally, when he tried to correct Ravana, Ravana became angry and said, get out, go away from here. Vibhishan, he has to remain silent, that's it. He is not the king, and he has a position, and he doesn't need to surrender to Ram. But because he's in mode of goodness, he understood Ram is Supreme Lord. And he doesn't need to surrender. But he surrendered to Ram as a, for example, Draupadi surrendered because Duryodhana was disturbing her. So Dushasan. And Gajendra surrendered because crocodile was pulling him down. They all surrendered, but Vibhishan's surrender is unique because Vibhishan surrendered for the sake of surrender. That's it. Vibhishan surrendered for the sake of surrender. Because Vibhishan knows the truth. When his brother was not following the truth, justice, he defected him, he left him, he abandoned him. That is Vibhishan. Ravana. And if you see, Vibhishan is not a performer. But if you see in the history of Ramayana, Vibhishan ruled Lanka so many years. More, hundreds and thousands of years more than Ravana. And Ravana remained negative in Ramayana. But Vibhishan remained positive for the readers of Ramayana. And Vibhishan collected only blessings. Ravana collected only curses. With all the abilities. So mode of goodness people, one CEO told me, America, any company will last only for 25 years. Majority of 99% of the companies, after that they'll fall down. And because the money will come, they start doing wrong things. And it doesn't stay for a long time. Unless the CEO, the founder CEO, is very, very spiritual, very dharmic, and that 1-2% of companies, or usually the big companies, there will be 12 to 13, 15 people, and they may be doing 30-40% of charity, that money they are giving. Because if you don't use Lakshmi in Narayan service, Lakshmi will not stay. I'm repeating. If you don't utilize Lakshmi in Narayan service, in Krishna service, that Lakshmi will not stay. Ravana, passionate, performer. Every day he would take bath in the 5 oceans. He would worship, but very lusty. Passion, right? Rajagun, right? Anybody would see, should enjoy. By hook or crook. Passionate people are very lusty. That is the nature of passion. A strong attraction between the opposite sex. So now listen carefully. Ravana is a performer, I told you. But Ravana means only 3 things. I, me, mine. I want what I want when I want. How I want, I should want. I want it. If you say yes to me, you're my friend. If you say no to me, you're my enemy. Passionate people. See, if you see children of adolescents, Very passionate. They don't listen. That continues even after 20, 30 years. Some people are very passionate. I'm talking about Rajogun, not the word passion. People use passion in good sense. I'm very passionate about doing things. That's positive, but we are talking about mode of passion, Rajogun. You should see the difference. So my point is, so what happened? Ravana, he got so many blessings of Brahma, so many astras, and he defeated Indra, and he started ruling. No, he made Lanka golden, Suvarna Lanka, golden Lanka. But is he happy with all the things he had? No. When Shurpanaka told him, somebody's wife is more beautiful than all of his wives, he was miserable. People of mode of passion, they're always miserable, though they are performers. When they see somebody higher than them, enviousness. When they see somebody higher than them, enviousness, envy. That's why even though they're performers, they're achievers, they are not satisfied. They cannot sleep properly, stressed out. They need to take pills. But because of the good karma, they may have so much money. One day Ravana, in his childhood, Ravana childhood, his mother introduced his cousin. Talked to him nicely. All right, his cousin talked to him. What is his cousin's name? Kubera, treasurer of demigods. So that Kubera said, I'll go. Good. How did you come? No, I came, I have my own aeroplane. Really? Aeroplane? Yeah, I'll show you, come. And Kubera showed aeroplane to Ravana. Ravana said, I want it. Kubera said, I also want it. This aeroplane, you don't need pilot. It goes on your instructions. It's like autonomous car. It's like autonomous aeroplane. Believe me, Ravana said, I want an aeroplane. Kubera said, I also want it. It is mine. No, mere ko dena hai. You have to give it to me. Ravana fought with Kubera, his cousin, and defeated and took that aeroplane. Hare Krishna. Pushpagaman, his own brother. Then one day he went to heavenly planets after defeating Indra. He was coming back. He saw Rambha. Rambha was very beautiful. And so here he asked, who are you? My name is Ravana. So Rambha said, are you brother of Kubera? Yes. Oh, I'm planning to marry Kubera's son, Nalakuvara. Means you're like my grandfather, you're like my father-in-law's brother. Said, yes, come in, please. She doesn't know. He's like a snake. Excuse me. So what happened? He went inside and he molested her. That is when Nalakuvara cursed Ravana. If you touch any lady without their permission, you will die. That is the only one reason he never touched Sita. Not that he has any morals. Then he came down one day, he was passing through forest, he saw one more lady. She was so beautiful. Again, same problem, same carnal desire. He said, so he started laughing. That lady woke up. Who are you? I am Ravana. She said, look, I'm married. My husband, I took permission from my husband. I want to attend Vishnu as my husband. I am doing tapasya. My husband is also doing tapasya nearby. Please don't touch me. Ravana is, he doesn't listen, right? Immediately grabbed her by hair, and by hair. She said, immediately she cut off her hair with her yogic power. And she said, I told you not to touch. I will not live in the body touched by you. But you should know I'll be the reason for your debacle, for your death. That lady came as Maya Sita. Before Ravana abducted Sita, the original mother Sita went to fire Agni. Maya Sita came. Vedavati. And she's the reason for Ravana's death. And Ravana is very proud. He wanted Lord Shiva, Darshan. Every day he would worship Sivalinga. So one day he went to Kailash. And he asked, I want to meet Lord Shiva. Nandi said, Lord Shiva is right now in with Mother Parvati in private quarters. Nobody is allowed. Even I am not allowed. Nandi said, no, you are not allowed. Ravana became angry because he doesn't want to get no. Ravana said to Nandi, you are looking like a monkey. Nandi became angry. You are calling me monkey? I curse you. You will be humiliated by monkeys. Passionate people, for them, life means two things: money and sense enjoyment. Money, sense enjoyment. Money, sense enjoyment. That's it. And because of this, they become very proud and they become very arrogant. Anybody who says yes to them, they're friends. No means they're enemies. Vibhishan was trying to correct Ravana, but Ravana never listened. And he paid a heavy price by abducting Sita. He was killed. Kumbhakarna, 6 months he sleeps only. 6 months sleep. And he'll get up. He'll get up after 6 months. And anything that is in front of him, they'll all go inside in the mouth. Excuse me. He can eat anything other than aeroplane, other than bus, other than submarine. He can eat anything. Why Corona came? Because some people don't know what to eat. Tamagun. So when they don't know what they eat, helplessness. So at 6 months, he would sleep and he would get up and drink barrels of liquor. Right? Excuse me. Tamagun. He doesn't have anything to perform because he's awake only once a year, one day. So, goodness means knowledge. Passionate means fruitive activity. What will I get? What will I get? Ignorance means helplessness. You're understanding, right? Whichever mode you are in, you'll act on that mode. Without you don't even know. And people are convinced whatever they do, they're right. Everyone in this world. When you become a devotee after 5 years, you start chanting every day, and you eventually get initiated, then you will see 5 years later, Arya, so sad, I should not have done this. You're listening, right?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
That's why people quarrel and fight. You bring a passionate person, you bring a goodness person in mode of goodness. They cannot get along. Why in India for marriages they see astrology? Humans are 3 types. Devagana, Rakshasagana, Manushagana. Devagana means they have a Devatas qualities. Devatas means mode of goodness. But of course, mode of goodness is not pure, it is mixed with others. But the mode of goodness is prominent. If wife and husband both are Devagana, that's very good. They lead life in a very responsible way. They make, they make, spirituality as the goal of life. They may be working, that's a different thing. But they understood the goal of life. Life is temporary, you don't live long. Everyone who comes to this world, they have to die. My grandfather died, my great-grandfather died, my father is already 70 plus. So, I should make progress in bhakti. That is mode of goodness. Passion means, what will I get, what will I get? So wife and husband both are mode of goodness, very good. Wife and husband both are passionate. Okay, they'll fight, they're very performers, they'll fight each other, but they're together. Because there is something common. People in mode of ignorance, Rakshasagana, Tamogun, both are Tamogun, imagine. Wife and husband both are Tamogun. They'll quarrel, they'll drink, they'll eat, all the nonsense, but still they're together. Hare Krishna. I mean, my point is, I don't know whether they're together after some time or not. But, but the 3 modes, I told you last week, daytime is in mode of ignorance. Benjamin Franklin says, morning time has a gold in it. People who are very productive, they work in the morning. So why? Mode of goodness. Mode of goodness, your mind is steady. Right? So 18th chapter and 17th chapter Gita, what is the destination? I told you last week, right? Person in the mode of goodness, he'll go to higher planetary systems, for sure. If you're fully purified, that is the goal of this program. Not even mode of goodness, but you're transcendental, pure goodness, purely spiritual. And you'll go back to Goloka Vrindavan, Krishna Loka. You don't need to come back. You don't need to come back. But if you're in passion and leave the world, you'll take birth you'll take birth on earth. So, and Tamagun, definitely they'll become animals or lower species. Urdhvam gachanti sattvatta, madhye tishtanti rajasa, jaganyaguna vrittishta, adho gachanti tamasa. So, sacrifice, austerity, charity, renunciation, action, knowledge, determination also in 3 modes, understanding in 3 modes, happiness in 3 modes, food in 3 modes. That way, Purusha Prakritisto, I Bhunte Prakriti Jan Gunan, Karanam Guna Sangasya, Sadasat Joni Janmashu. Though we are pure spirit souls, Because of the association with the material energy, we are captured by Maya and we are operated on. Maya will use us for 3 modes of material energy. So, what is that? The Maya will capture. If you either you'll be impelled by mode of goodness, or mode of passion, or mode of ignorance. But the day you become fully purified, no impurity, you come to pure goodness, not even ordinary goodness, then you have no desires, no karma at all. Then what happens? You don't have positive account, don't have negative account. Positive account means papam. Negative account means what? So if you accumulate a lot of sin, it's negative account. If you accumulate a lot of positive, punya, again you'll come to this world. Cycle of birth and death. You've taken birth in 1980, about 2050. After that, what? We don't know where we are going. Right? So, though we are very pure spirit souls, because we are chained by 3 ropes of Maya, material energy, So for example, if you're in the same room, you're mode of goodness, you start, somebody's smoking, in the mode of passion, they're enjoying, or mode of ignorance, they're smoking and they're enjoying. You'll be coughing. Mode of passion, mode of your goodness. So the point is, we have to come to goodness, practice bhakti yoga, chant the holy name, do the mantra meditation, and by practicing bhakti yoga, you will transcend. You will go beyond goodness also. It's called a Vishuddha Sattva, pure goodness. Sattvam Vishuddham Vasudeva Saddhitam. So what is the punishment we have? Birth, old age, disease and death, and 3 miseries. What are 3 miseries? Excuse me. Misery due to body and mind, misery due to other living entity. Corona is misery due to other living entity. Ati bhautika misery. Misery due to material nature, cold. So 4 plus 3, 7 problems no one can avoid. Why we are exposed to the Maya, material energy? Because it's a purification. Pride, anger, envy, greed, lust, false ego. Kama, krodha, lobha, moha, mada, matsarya. So until we are fully purified, we'll be traversing, we'll be traveling through different species. 8.4 million species. So though we are pure spirit soul, we act based on the mode we are conditioned by. I want to tell a story, real story. Somebody is in mode of ignorance, sadism, for sure. Somebody is finding happiness in hurting others. You should know, no doctors know this. Doctors do not know this. Because doctors are also in 3 modes. I want to tell a story I told, right? One devotee is visiting from India. He was visiting from India. And I told all the mothers, so you go and listen, I'll take care of your children. Probably 30 children. Then what happened? The mothers left all the children to me. They started reading the lecture. I realized in first 5 minutes, I cannot take care of these children. But let me tell you, children, they don't hide. They don't know somebody is watching. Whatever is inside, they show it. So anyway, the point is, I was watching the children. The small girls, especially born to devotee parents, they are very mild and soft, like like roses. The boys are always, usually boys are passionate, but especially one boy. I saw him. I saw him, and what he was doing, he was beating. He was only 4 or 5 years old. He was unnecessarily beating. I told him, why don't beat? But he did that. His father came. His father came. The class was over. The parents came back to take the children. The father came. I told him, don't feed your child outside restaurant food. Feed him only prasad. His father said, is there any problem? No, there's no problem. Just feed, don't feed him outside food, just feed prasad. You know? He said, what happened? I said, nothing happened. Because, just give 1 minute. You know, thieves, they steal. One is to make money, no doubt. There's one more reason. When they see helplessness in other party, when they're pulling the chain, they feel good. That is what's called sadism, tamogun. Tamogun. And they start stealing more because that the sadism gives a kick. And somebody is in mode of passion. He may be a performer, but he's a controller. You know, the people around him suffer. He doesn't realize that. You know, especially people in the mode of ignorance and passion, they become victim to bad habits. So we are helpless. We are forced to act helplessly according to the impulses born of material nature. There is no doctor to cure these modes because doctors are also in modes. Doctors are also in modes. So in children, anyway, and one child used to beat his friends in the college, in the school, when he was third grade, fourth grade, fifth grade. Today, that person is serving in West Virginia prison for 30 years because he killed somebody. So, at a very early age, it may take effort to bring the children from passion to goodness. It is an effort, energy you need to invest. But if you don't do that, the problems they create, being on the mode of passion or ignorance, first of all, you have to spend a lot of energy to solve the problems. Second thing, they won't change. They won't change when they grow up. Honestly speaking, Vedic culture, that's why purification has to start at the wife and husband meeting together. Even after that, when the mother becomes pregnant, 90% of the purification to the soul can be given when the baby was in the womb. After that, by giving a disciplined process, parents are very spiritual, give only prasad, read Bhagavatam at home, chanting at home, basically Bhakti Yoga process, what we do. And eat only prasad, don't eat outside. All these things will bring the child to the mode of goodness, eventually. How many of you are understanding?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Can you raise your hands? Or say yes?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
You
Yes,
know?
Prabhuji, we are there.
Okay, thank you. My point is, but nobody knows this. In Bhagavatam, there is a story. Maharaj Anga, pure devotee. But the son picked up bad qualities. As a child itself, he was cruel. While playing, he would beat his friends. Ministers would come and complain. The father tried. For everyone, your success, individual success, cannot replace. I mean, if the children are doing bad, your success will not satisfy you. Right? Even one thing you should know, soul is very pure. But because we are chained by three modes, we act on different, when whichever mode we are chained by, we act that way. Because of the absorption of body, a bodily consciousness. Karanam guna sangasya sad asad yoni janmashu. Soul is very pure. When soul is very pure, why am I doing wrong things? Because of you have a desire to enjoy independent of Krishna, God. For that you are given this body. And Maya is creating an illusion, telling you are this body. When you think you are this body, the Maya will capture you. And when Maya pulls the rope of goodness, you are happy giving charity, and you think you are a pure devotee, you are a pure person. And then you become, another day Maya pulls the rope of passion, you become agitated by sex impulse, or driven by a career, driven by, what is that? Driven to perform. When Maya pulls the rope of tamagun, sleeplessness, sleep and laziness, postponing. That way we are stuck in the cycle of birth and death. You have taken birth in 1980, 1990, up to 2050. 1980 is 2050. Then what? Where are you going? Do you know? People always compare you people utilize time with actually, utility of the time they see with money. No. Swami Prabhupada said one of the prime ministers of India became a dog in Switzerland. Who wants to become a dog after being a prime minister? Right? All the serial killers, they're in the mode of ignorance, heavy ignorance. That's why they're drug addicts. Who learns Bhagavad-Gita? And you do some more mistakes that will push you more into cycle of birth and death, more and more into illusion. Hare Krishna. That's how we are taking different bodies. If you're in Tamagod, we become animals. This is what's called morphing. So likewise, we are changing the bodies. Any question or comment? Topic is over on 3 modes. Now we are coming to why bad things happen to good people, the law of karma. Any question or comment on 3 modes?
No, Prabhuji. It was good.
Sure. Sagar bro, Ram bro.
Yes, Surya, I have one question.
Ah,
Prabhuji, I know a Brahmana is predominantly in the mode of goodness, but how about the other three?
thank you. Nice question. I forgot to add that.
एक क्षत्रिय एक
Okay,
क्षत्रिय combination of
we'll see.
okay, yes, Prabhuji.
Brahman in India caste system, it is not based on people. When Swami Prabhupada came to America, one reporter said, "Why are you bringing the caste system?" Swami Prabhupada said, "I want to bring a classless society." But I want to tell you this: at any point of time in any society, you see a professor, you see a scientist, and you see a teacher, and you see a manager, and you see a businessman, and you see a working class people. So Brahmana means a mode of goodness. A priest, a teacher, they are predominantly mode of goodness. I mean, there are other modes are there, no doubt. So Brahmana means not by birth. Brahmana means by activity. Krishna says in Gita, Chaturvarnam Maya Srishtam Guna Karma Vibhagasa. The castes are based on character and activity, not by birth. That has ruined Hinduism actually, by birth concept. So Brahmana means mode of goodness. That's why Brahmana works for the welfare of others. Kshatriya, Yuddhe Chapalayanam, hero, warrior. But Brahmana means body, head, intelligence. Chanakya would guide Chandragupta. Chanakya would not fight. But Chanakya is intelligent. Brahmana. Chandragupta would fight. Kshatriya, manager. But Chandragupta would take guidance from Chanakya. What should I do? Do like this, like this, like this. But still, Chanakya is only minister. But Chanakya doesn't care. Why? I'm okay, I'm fine. I am here only to guide the society. I cannot fight. Chandragupta fights. So you need a manager to run the show. But you also need an intellectual. One day in Ford, a Ford company, Ford Motor Company, Ford appointed one guy. You go and see who is working, who is not working, let me know. So we want to downsize, the, team. Downsize employee workforce. Then this guy said what he said. He said, 7 days, nobody knows this. He went around, he found out who is, then he came and finally he said, this many people can be removed. And for sure you should remove this guy. Ford said, who is that guy? Anytime I went, this guy is always, he put his feet on the chair, he closed his eyes and he was sleeping only. And once in a while he'll get up and write on some paper. He did not even care me. You should remove him. Ford said he is the guy who is working, planning, how to take the company forward. What are you talking? You don't know. So you need an intellectual always. So likewise, society needs a Brahmana, selfless Brahmana. Like if in India is the villages. Brahmanas will go, will be there. And the farmer will go, when should we plant? The Brahmana would see the Panchangam and say, you plant on these days. Okay, I have a child born, name him. So the spiritual or India was totally spiritual oriented. And the Brahmana would name the child. Then which days are good? My father passed away. What is good for for the soul? Brahmanas would guide the society, and all the people in the society would come and give the grains. Because Brahmanas are simple living, they are not worried for money making. They are happy. That's why Purohita. They want the welfare of the state. That is Brahmana, mode of goodness. And they would guide people. The Brahmanas would have good idea on Ayurveda, they have good idea on astrology, they would have good idea on Panchangam. And Brahmanas of the village are responsibility to maintain the spirituality of the whole, the rest of the people of the village. Kshatriyas. Kshatriyas are state, means warriors. They would fight. They would protect the state from outside aggression. But they would also encourage, they would protect Brahmins, they would protect the other classes, heroes, but they would take guidance from Brahmanas. Passion. But passion has to be supported by goodness. Then passion works wonderfully. But today's passion is leading to ignorance. If Ravana listened to Vibhishana, Ravana would have still been a king today. First, okay, Surpanaga would come and tell Ravana, brother, that lady is very beautiful. But the problem with Ravana never took Vibhishana's counsel. If he had asked Vibhishana, what should I do? Vibhishana says, why? You are already married. You have so many wives. Why do you need somebody's wife? That is very sinful. Oh, really? I will not do it. Basically, life means what? Satisfaction. You have to be satisfied. If you are not satisfied, you'll be miserable, even if you have a lot of money. So passion is very good if it is balanced with goodness. That's why Chanakya and Chandragupta combination worked very well. Chandragupta was a great fighter, but Chanakya is the brain. Chanakya would balance, and beauty, Chandragupta would listen to him. But because Chandragupta was listening to Chanakya, Chanakya never controlled the kingdom. Because Chanakya is not a fighter. Chanakya is only brain. Dog has to do the dog work, cat has to do the cat work. Right? And the third one, Vaishyas. Vaishya means Raju and Tamo combination. When you have Raju Tamo combination, you are actually Vaishya. Kushiko Raksha Vanijam, Vaishya Karma Swabhavajam. So you do farming, you take care of cows, and business, mercantile. Because their mind goes for how to make money only. Right? So they'll make money. The fourth class, working class, Shudra. Shudra means Tamagun. They have to work 9 to 5 job. Prabhupada writes, Kaliga means everyone is Shudra only. They have to work under somebody. That is Shudra. But Rigveda says, Varnasram Charavada Purshana Parpaman Vishnu Aradhyate. You're a Brahmana, you worship Krishna, you will go back to Godhead. From directly goodness. You're a Kshatriya, you take guidance from Brahmins, goodness, and you rule the kingdom, worship Krishna, keep Krishna in the center, you'll go back to Godhead. And you're a Vaishya, you're doing business, you're doing cultivation, you're maintaining cows. Nanda Maharaj is actually Vaishya community. You'll go back to Godhead. Or you're a Shudra. How many devotees in India? They are all Shudras. Let me not change the topic. And Shudra, Shudra means working class, Tamagun. You serve other classes, and they'll pay you. And you worship Krishna, you'll go back to Godhead. So anybody can become a devotee. Anybody can aim to go back to Godhead. Anybody can aim to become a devotee also. But a devotee is a pure goodness, Shuddha Sattva. Is it clear?
Yes.
Any question? Anyone has any other question?
Prabhuji, one question, Prabhuji. Like, is it possible that being a Brahmana, he will act as a mode of passion and ignorance even in the morning times? Is it possible, and what will happen if we do like this, and how to improve?
Can you repeat again?
Like a Brahmana should will have a mode of goodness. Most of the part he will be in mode of goodness. So, is it possible that he can act as a act in mode of passion and ignorance, even in that morning times, like in Brahma Muhurta, and how to improve that if he has that habit?
Let me tell you, these three modes. I mean, I don't know whether you were there last week or not. First thing is they'll fight each other. You know, for example, Brahmana is mode of goodness prominent. Means other things are there. I told last week. Colors are three only: red, blue, green. But one color is prominent. But other colors try to dominate because these modes are not very pure. They're always mixed. 50, 40, 10. 50 mode of goodness, 40 rajo, and 10 tamu. Is a Brahmana. So sometimes he'll be impelled by he'll be impelled by sex desire. Sometimes he'll be impelled by desire to the controllership. Sometimes laziness because of tamagun. So unless you become fully transcendental, one cannot be situated in pure goodness. So what is that? That's why the goal of Bhagavad-Gita is we have to see whichever mode we are in, do sadhana. That's why we tell people to chant. Please chant Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. When we chant, it will bring you to first goodness wherever you are. Predominating goodness. Then when you become a devotee, slowly you will eventually, now very slowly. Actually, if you come to goodness, that's very good. If goodness is prominent all the time, even the passion and ignorance are there, that's fine because you'll make decisions on goodness only. You're listening?
Yes, Prabhuji.
You're understanding?
Yes, Prabhuji.
If the goodness is prominent, but with truth, goodness cannot be 100% pure goodness in the material world. It's mixed. For that, you have to become a pure Vishuddha Sattvam. For that, you have to do good sadhana. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Doctor in Atlanta, 64 rounds he chants. How you chant? You're a doctor. 64 rounds takes a lot of time. Said that's it. That's so for example, you all studied, became a doctor and engineer. You put a lot of energy during your entrance time, right? So likewise, you want a better life or you want to go back to Godhead, you need to do that sadhana this lifetime, Prabhu. Then slowly what happens, you'll come to mode of goodness by following the Bhakti Yoga process, mantra meditation, chanting and offering food and eating prasad, association like this, that will make you transcend. You'll go back to Godhead. Okay?
Yeah. Okay, Prabhuji. Yes.
Any other
Thank
question? Okay, now we'll go. Okay, so Kala, time. So time, Kali Yuga is 432,000 years. Double is Dwapara, 8,64,000 years. Triple is Treta Yuga, 12,96,000 years. 4 times is Satya Yuga, 17,28,000 years. All put together, 43,20,000 years. This is what is called one Chatur Yuga. Now you tell me, what is our lifespan of 70, 80 years? Everyone is listening, right? So, if this goes for 71 times, it is called one Manvantara. The Devatas we worship in India, people worship. That Devata, this Devata, they all die. After 71 Dev Chaturyugas, if you multiply, like in other words, 43,20,000 years into 71, then the Manu changes. This Manu is called Vaivaswata Manvantare. Swayambhu Manu, Vaivaswata Manu. So the Manu changes. If this goes for when 14 Manus change, Brahma says, I'm sleepy now. So in other words, in one day of Brahma, 14 Manus change. In one day of Brahma, 14 Manus change. Or I can tell you, one day of Brahma is equal to 4,320,000,000 years. That is just only one day of Brahma. And Brahma lives like this for 100 years. Interesting, right? So anyway, Satyuga means there is no sin in Satyuga. You know? Sorry, 1 minute. Satyuga will come from down. Kali Yuga, 75% sin, 25% piety. Dwapar Yuga, 50-50. 50% sin, 50% piety. Treta Yuga, 25% sin, 75% piety. Satyuga, 100% pious. Satyuga, should take birth. Everyone is pious. Everyone, you'll see, everyone is a devotee, great devotee. People would live 100,000 years. Treta Yuga, 10 drops. And people live only 10,000 years. But 75% people are pious. Dwapar Yuga, 1 more 0 drops in lifespan. People live only 1,000 years. They are 50%. That's why Satyuga, the process is meditation. Go to forest and meditate. Treta Yuga, the process is yajna. Because people would still live 10,000 years. Dwapar Yuga, the process is deity worship, puja. Kali Yuga comes, 1 more 0 drops, 100 years people would live. People are very sinful. Only 75% people are sinful, 25% pious. Why Prabhupada said, though 25% people are expected to be pious, hardly 5% are there. This is 1970, yeah? Not 2020. Today maybe 1 or 2%. People like you, still interested in life, spiritual life. So Kali Yuga, there's a joke here. Atidhi, you get a guest, sir, come. And you serve them. Treta Yuga, soup and lob, for the guest you wish, all the good fortune unto you. Dwapar Yuga, please come, Shwagatam. But Kali Yuga, when a guest comes, they'll see a board. Kutton se savdhan, beware of the dogs. That's how the world is changing. But I
Or
want
they will shoot.
Huh?
Or in America, they will shoot.
But you should know this. By the power of time, the soul goes through 6 changes. We take birth, 9 months, head down, feet up. We all lived like that. 9 months, head down, feet up. We are kept in a closed bag. Hare Krishna. Then we grow. Then we stay for some time. Maintenance. Then, you give birth to children. Then the body starts becoming weak. Wrinkles form. And so even, I'm sorry. And what happens? Death. The 6 things will happen. 6 things will happen even because of the power of time. For the soul, the body develops, the body comes out, and there is a growth in the body, there is a maintenance of the body, and you give byproducts, children, and the body becomes weak and body dies. That's the power of time. But I want to tell you this. There is no impact. Time destroys everything in this world. Time destroys everything in this world. Arjuna asks Krishna in the universal form. Krishna is showing universal form, Vishwarupa. Arjuna said, who are you? Kalasmi loka kshayakrit pravrittha, lokan samahartam him pravritta. Time I am Arjuna. I take everything from everybody. in the form of time. Time is the biggest destroyer, right? But only one thing I want to tell you: in spiritual world, there is no impact of time. There is nothing destroyed there. There is no influence of time. Nimeshardakyova vrajati nahi yatrapi samaya. There is no influence of time, right? Any question? Otherwise, we'll go to the actual topic. Why bad things happen to good people? It's already 6 o'clock actually.
Prabhuji, can we continue this next week?
I am fine.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so
Thank
I'm
you.
sorry, it's already 6 o'clock. 6, and we will end it here. This is the topic. Anyone has any question? One question I can take, and we will do this next week. Amma, if you want to drop, you can drop.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.